Jefferson County Court at Law Number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in two cases. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Robert McClellan. Mr. McClellan, if that's your full name. Mr. McClellan, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. McClellan, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. McClellan, you may put your hand down. Good. How are you doing, Mr. McClellan?
Pretty good. Thank you, sir.
That's good. Mr. McClellan, I have before me two documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorneys. Mr. McClellan, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Also, there are a set of initials on the line that states you'd like to apply for a court-appointed attorney. And is this your are these your initials?
Yes, sir.
Mr. McClellan, I also have another document that's titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Mr. McClellan, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant Signature. Is this your signature?
Yes.
Now, Mr. McClellan, before you signed the initial of these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. McClellan, I read your answers. Based on your answers in these documents, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney, and the attorney that will be appointed to represent you is Attorney John Macy. John Macy will be given information, will be given the information to contact you, and you will also be given information to contact him. And our court coordinator, Ms. Redmond, is going to give you that information. Once you get the information from Ms. Redmond, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. Now, Mr. McClellan, I also have some bond conditions that I need to give you.
Yes.
Hold on a minute. Now, Mr. McClellan, you've just been handed a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Do you see that title?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to go over this document with you. And it reads, following the return of a criminal information in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body. And that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 3 states the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir. But who's the victim?
I think it was your niece. You need a victim in a daily conduct case? Hold on a minute. It's right here.
Marissa Williams.
Sounds like but I'll get it on there and look at the information. Yeah, Marissa Williams, that's the victim in the deadly conduct case. And condition number 5, the defendant is, now 4 doesn't apply because that's only applies in the DWI case. Condition number 5 does apply. Defendant is prohibited from possessing a firearm or ammunition unless defendant is a peace officer, as defined by section 1.07 Penal Code, actively engaged in employment as a sworn full-time paid employee of a state agency or political subdivision. You understand that condition? Now, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond can be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. And if a warrant is issued for your arrest, you'll be arrested, placed in Jefferson County Jail. And so Mr. McClellan, as I mentioned earlier, our force coordinator is going to reset your case. Once you reset your case, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. Please have a seat in the first chair. You're welcome. Same to you. Court in recess.
Done is we're gonna get a reset and ask for like 60 days so that he can speak with his employment and make sure he is available, and then we will work down an agreement. That's correct, right? For him to come back and serve some jail time, but he needs to work that out. And we'll do the plea at that time, Your Honor. So
Okay.
60 days is sufficient.
Okay.
State's okay with that. And
That's
I-
fine.
The offer, so it'll be the same, right?
Okay.
Same.
Now, Mr. Rogers, your case is going to be reset before we allow you to leave. We have to give you some bond conditions. This is a DWI second, an offense listed under section 49.04 through 49.06 of the Texas Penal Code. It's DWI second. Mr. Porter, hand this to Mr. Rogers. Now, Mr. Rogers, Porter, our bailiff just handed you a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Code Law number 2. Do you see that title?
I apologize.
Okay. Our court bailiff just handed you a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law number 2. Do you see that title?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
I'm going to go over these bond conditions with you. And it reads as follows. Following the arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state or any other state or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body, and that's pursuant to the Texas Code Criminal Procedure Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Now, condition number 3 doesn't apply. However, condition number 4 does apply because this is an offense that's listed under, well, this is a subsequent offense that is listed under section 49.04 through 49.06 of the Texas Penal Code. And condition number 4 reads as follows. A defendant who has been arrested or accused of any subsequent offense listed under section 49.04 through 49.06 of the Texas Penal Code shall not operate any motor vehicle unless the vehicle is equipped with an interlock device mechanism that makes impractical the operation of the vehicle if ethyl alcohol is detected in the defendant's or is detected in the breath of the operator. And said device shall be installed at the defendant's expense with written verification of such installation being submitted to the court on or before the 10th day after today. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you violate any one of these bond conditions, your bond can be revoked. If your bond is revoked, warrant can be issued for your arrest and you'll be placed in the Jefferson County Jail. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, our court coordinator is going to give you the phone number and the email for you to send the proof that you have an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. Or if you wanted to come here in person, then you would have to bring that to the court, or there's some blue doors next to the court where reception is sitting behind the glass windows. You give it to her if she's there. If she's not there, then you'll call the phone number to County Court at law number 2 that's next to the phone on the wall. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I
Okay.
already have one on my vehicle already.
Well, that's good. You need to send us proof of it.
Oh,
And the paperwork, so we need the paperwork sent to the court. You can get that email or the fax number. All right? So just have a seat. Your case is going to be reset.
thank you, Your Honor. You have-
All right. We're going to reset it for 2 weeks.
That's what you do, Tim.
Yeah, but just one second.
Jefferson County Court at law number 2 has concluded its arraignment docket. And the court will be in recess until 1:30.